Hello, Danny here, the Pajama Yogini. Welcome to day one of the Cherish challenge. We're just going to take a few moments to let people jump into the group, and then we'll start kicking off with our day one. So it is the aftermath of Easter here, and it is an interesting feeling after all of that time. Hello, welcome Michaela. Hi Lisa, Kathy, Michelle, welcome. Hope you're all feeling not too bad after the aftermath of Easter. Drinking water, doing all of that. I'm so excited to have you all here for day one of the Cherish Challenge. This is something that is close to my heart. Good morning, Julie. This is a part of, I think, mainly a lot of women's journey to be able to put themselves first, to be able to prioritize their own self-care, and that goes through different eras, I think, and different expressions depending on what's happening in the time of your life. So I'm really excited to share this challenge and very honoured that you're going to be joining me. Of course, the lives will be at 9 a.m, but you can always watch what am I trying to say? Replay afterwards. You can watch it when you want. You will see at 8 o'clock today, I also put up some questions, some journal prompting questions, which you can have a look at and take some time. And don't feel like you have to do those. I'm going to offer different experiences for people, so take what you want and let go of the things that you don't want to do. Good morning, Steph. So the journal prompts are there. They're nice ways to kind of dive in and think about where you're at with things. So today is about space and looking at space in a few different ways. So I'm going to read you a little extract. Becoming spaciousness in our bodies, hearts and minds. We often hear the term spaciousness in the yoga world, and it can refer to the experience of the body, the heart, the mind, or all three. When we think about spaciousness, we think of having space in which to move, to reflect, and to grow. When we move our bodies on our mats, our bodies become more open, more spacious, offering ease, relief, and maybe joy. This can create an equivalent opening in our minds and in our hearts, causing us to become more mentally and emotionally ready to receive what the world is offering. This is spaciousness, and we cultivate it through our yoga practice. And it is very difficult to not know where you're at in your body, your mind, your soul, if you don't create some space for that. And I know that's why a lot of women go to yoga, because it just creates a moment in time where they can just connect with their body, work out what's going on. But if we don't create space in our busy lives, it's very hard to be able to know what's going on with your body. So if you have a little space, come to a comfortable standing position, and we're just going to do a practice that helps to clear the space around the energetic body. So come into Tadasana, which is feet underneath hips, and just notice how your body's feeling today. Give it a little wiggle. I notice my lower back is a little bit stiff. That's probably because I've eaten some sugar. And just notice around the hips, notice maybe how your back is feeling, the neck, and arrive. So take a nice big deep breath, breathe in, lift the shoulders up, in through the nose, and then coming into the body, breathing in and out. Good, one more time, breath in and out. Good. All right. Gently close down the eyes, and you can just listen to my voice. Hopefully my microphone is still working. It is. And then Connect the feet into the ground. So feel those feet spreading out on the ground like roots down into a tree. And feel that groundedness of the body going down into the earth, connecting you to Mother Earth. And then allow the awareness to travel back up into the heart center. And visualizing this beautiful expansion at the heart, an opening space at the heart. Opening your capacity for self-care and self-love to be open. And then imagining a beautiful cord connecting you up into the heavens to your highest wisdom, to your highest knowledge, and to hold you in this time and space as we move through these next 5 days. To allow insights to come through, to allow the ability to listen to your higher self. And just feel the rise and fall of your chest as you take in that beautiful fresh oxygen into the body. Good. And then crossing the wrists over, bending the knees. We're going to bend the knees, cross the arms over, lift up. And then as you breathe out, just imagine clearing space around that little bubble of energy around you. Just clearing all of that. Bend the knees, cross the other wrist in front, breathing in and out. Good, nice big deep breaths in, crossing wrists and out. Clearing the space, clearing the thoughts. Creating spaciousness around the body, clearing the mental clutter around and out. Let's do 2 more of those. Breathing in. Bending, softening the knees. And last one, breathing the wrist in front. And last one, just really let that breath, long breath out as you exhale, clearing, 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 clearing as the hands come down. And then just let your breath return to normal. Come back to the sensation of your feet connected to the floor, heart open, golden cord, connecting you up. And just see if with your eyes closed now, if you can just gain a sense of your body in the space. So wherever you're standing right now, can you have a sense of where your body is in space, in the room? And then within your house, can you visualize that? Can you visualize your house on your street? And then just take that vision out further into your suburb, into your city, into Australia, in relation to the world and the planet. You can go further if you want, and then start to come back, bring the vision back into the planet, into Australia, into South Australia, or wherever you are. Wherever you are watching this in the world. We're in Australia, Adelaide. And then come back into the place where you are, into your home, wherever you are, into the room that you're standing, and then back to the connection of your feet into the ground. And just notice and sense your body in the space again. Take a big breath in, and then when you're ready, you can just gently open your eyes. Good. So, 5-minute practice to clear the space around the body. Become aware of the body in space and where it is. So often we become disembodied from our own physical bodies because of trauma we've experienced, because of ways of coping. We disconnect to push through, to push through, to push through. So part of self-care is returning back to, you have to know what's going on with yourself, and you have to trust that. We've been taught not to trust. We've been taught to give our power over to other people. What have I got? What am I feeling? You are the best tool for your own self-care and to know what it is that you need. But sometimes I think it's an issue because you have to tell people what it is that you need. And sometimes that doesn't go down too well. So I invite you to have a look at the journaling questions today and have a little think about space. I really like thinking about and talking about, especially with women, how do I take up space? So in my practice as a high school dance teacher, I have the joy of teaching young people. And when I have boys come into my space, they fling open the door and they run through the space and they slide around and they ask me questions and they look at themselves in the mirror and they just take up space. Very different to opening up the room to the same age, a group of girls who will come in, they'll be quieter, they'll stand in small groups. They won't generally, sometimes there's always exceptions to the rule, but we're not taught to take up space. So where in your world are you not stepping into your space? And I had a good think about this. I don't have a specific space in my house that's just for me, except for this spot here. So this used to be the magical reading chair that I used to read to my kids in, and now it is my reading chair where I do readings for people. But over the next couple of days, I'm just going to add some things to it to make it more a space for me. So I've got my bookcase over here, and I think I'm going to add my oil diffuser and do a few things. So just creating a space. And I'd really like to invite you to do the same. But I don't want you to go out and go shopping. I don't want you to look outside of yourself for things to bring into that space. See if you can find things that are already there. So in the spirit of not looking outside of ourselves for things that we already have, gifts we've already been given, treasures that we already have around us, the abundance that we have, can you bring it into the space? You might have a whole room, or you might just have a box that you can take a few things out, roll out your yoga mat and create that space. So it's going to be different for everybody. But why don't you have a space? And how can you create a space? So maybe it will be outside. We can see. And then what would it look like if you created more space for yourself? What needs to shift? So have a think about those things. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you do some journaling, I'd love you to share maybe what that brought up for you, and be generous in your comments, because often what we're thinking, other people are thinking too, or maybe don't have the ability to put it in words. We're all not great with words. So share what you find, share what you thought. And I do have an amazing prize at the end of the challenge for one lucky person who was in the challenge from start to end. And that doesn't mean that you have to be on the live, just means that you need to comment, post, share with us what you thought. And so I've developed a beautiful beginner's course online. It's 6 classes joined together, and I'll be offering that to one lucky person. So thank you so much for joining me today for day 1 in space. I hope that has given you, 1, a tool to work with, and 2, some things to think about and create a little bit of time. So if you've got some time now, maybe jump into the journaling and do that now, or do it and make it work, because that's what we do as women. We make things work, don't we? All right. I can't wait to see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. And tomorrow we are looking at body. Tomorrow's all about our body. So at 8 a.m. I'll put up the journal questions if you have time just to kind of sit with that, and I'll see you at 9 a.m. Mwah! See ya. Hello, Danny here, Pajama Yogini. It is day 2. Oh, let me just straighten myself up there. Day 2 of the Cherish Challenge. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is going to be about cherishing your body. This amazing vessel that we have that gets us around, that takes us places, that holds our spirit and our mind. Good morning, Kat. So looking forward to chatting with you today. The journal prompts, if you're not sure, released a little earlier this morning, and use those as you wish to dive a little bit deeper into your connection with your body. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about disembodiment and how that can affect us. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Sue. Hi, Sorrel. Good morning. Hey, Steph. People jumping on, which is great. Today, we're talking about body and our connection to our body. And in order to be able to work with your body and to be connected to your body, you need to be able to listen to your body. And that's not something that is always very, that's not something that's taught to us. So the journal prompting today that is on earlier is that you must be able to feel your body. You must be able to come home to your body. And I think as women, we go through so many different changes throughout our lives in terms of different things that are going on with our bodies. There's lots of messages, and we have coping mechanisms to get through different parts of our lives. And our bodies expand and they come back in, and they expand and they don't come back in, but they go through changes. Just even if you have had children, the changes that go through that, and then going through perimenopause or menopause, the changes that happen are very real, and they happen on the outside and they happen on the inside. And we have to be such masters at learning and understanding and being kind to ourselves. It's something that our bodies are just constantly changing. So one of the questions posed to you today is, what is it that my body needs from me today? And there's, a whole lot of things that can come up for that, and it'll be individual for each person. Obviously, things that are really important are movement, good quality water, nutritious foods. If you're a person, I think most people are, that get overstimulated. If you've ever felt that weird overstimulated feeling when you've maybe been on your computer for too long, or you've been, lots of things are happening and you feel kind of a little jittery, it's really important to start, what is that? Connect with the body and then have some ways of dealing with that. Because what happens if we don't start listening is that we come into a place of disease or dis-ease. And so we really want you to learn to listen to your body. In so many cases, and I speak from my own point of view, is that I learned to disembody so that I could get through things. Coming from a dance background, you just had to put the pain aside, and that has its place. And I'm very grateful for the strength and the discipline and the character that gave me. But there's also another side of that as well, which didn't help me always to, it helped me to push through, put it that way. And I think a lot of women can do that quite easily. So what if you were to treat your body like a sacred space? What if, like we created a sacred space yesterday, hopefully you found a spot in your house, in a bedroom, in a corner, in your garden, or even down to a few things in a box that you can get out and get back in. Hopefully you've found somewhere that's your special space. But what about this space? What about where you are? And we're more than our bodies. We're more than our minds, we're more than our emotions. But this is our vessel to get us places. And if we want to live a happy and satisfied life, we have to kind of look after this as well. So it is about that balance. So what if you were to treat your body like it was a sacred space? What if you only put things into it? You only touched yourself in ways that were loving and kind. You only thought about your body in ways that were sacred and treasured. like this is a treasured vessel, because we all know without it, it is impossible. I'm going to say to be happy. It is not impossible, but it is really difficult to get through life. If any of you, I know there's a few of you in here that have been through chronic illness, that when you don't have your health, it is very hard to stay centered and to be happy. So we're going to start with a practice. So I'm going to ask you to stand up, and I'm going to move back a little bit this way. Let me see. Okay. And your feet need to be plugged into the ground. Good. And if you just lift your heels up a little bit, I'm just going to center and give yourself a little wiggle around. Notice, how does my back feel? How does my hips feel? How do my shoulders feel? My neck? And we're not attaching to that feeling. We're just taking a moment. We're just connecting in. So we're not judging. We're observing. And then let's take our hands, one hand to our heart and the other hand to our belly. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in and out. And just come back into the body. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful, good. Good. And feel your body underneath your hands. Good. Rise and fall of the chest and the belly. And you might like to affirm here, I cherish my physical body. I honor my physical body. All right, good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our hands up above our head and keep some ease under the shoulders. But don't stretch them up too high with that tension. And we're going to allow the hands to come out like we did yesterday. We're going to clear the space around our body. And you're going to fold at the hips. So unlock your knees so your knees are nice and soft. And you're going to take your hands down towards the floor. Now, if you want to place your hands on the tops of your legs, you can. I'm just going to move back a bit so you can see my feet. And we're going to fold over and take the hands to the floor, ground the feet. Now, my knees are very bent here. Draw the fingers over the feet. Good. Over the fronts of the feet. And then take them up the backs of the legs. So you're touching your hands up the backs of your legs. Good. Over your bum bum. Good. With love. Then when you get to the back, you're going to take your hands as far as you can up. This will be different for everyone. Up the back. Good. And then you're going to come over the front. Good. And then we're going to go down the front. Down the fronts of the legs. That might be confronting. Bring your hands down the legs, touching. You might even like to squeeze a little bit down the legs and the ankles. Remember, your knees are nice and soft here, and only come as far forward as you feel comfortable. Draw the fingers around. Touch your toes, and then take your hands up the backs of your legs. Touch the back of your legs. What parts of your body do you not touch? Over your bum bum. Up your back as far as you can. Over your breasts. Good. And down the front again. Down your tummy. Over those ovaries. Over your hips. Down the fronts of your knees. Notice how you feel. Do you feel uncomfortable touching parts of your body that you don't usually touch? Hands to the ground and then back up. Good. Coming back up. Up the back. Over the front. Let's come up to the underneath the chin and draw the hands up underneath the ears gently. Good. Take one hand to the front of the head and one hand to the back of the head. Nice, and take a breath there. Good. Feel that. This is a beautiful way to calm the thoughts and the mind. Feel the pressure, just gentle pressure between the front hand and the back hand. Lovely. Allow the hands to come apart. Hands over the ears. Hands to the front of the chest. Hands down the front. over the hips, and then come round to the bum bum. And give that bum bum a loving little pat and a rub. Okay? Over your tummy. I love and appreciate my beautiful tummy. Good. Down the legs. I love and appreciate my beautiful knees. All the way down to the ankles. I love and appreciate my ankles, feet, and then rolling up. Good. So observing. What parts of your body did you not want to put your hands over? What parts were you like, oh, I felt a lump, oh, I felt a wrinkle, oh, I felt a... What that is giving you information and feedback about what your programming are and what your subconscious thoughts are about your body. Okay, it's important to be aware of these things because these things are running and they're running in the background like a computer program. What do you want to fill your body with? Okay, we know that there's studies, there's evidence to understand that what we're saying, what we're thinking, what we're feeling about our bodies that has an impact on our health. So the thoughts that we put in are really important to how our body is functioning as well and where we're meeting it. So one of the things I'm saying a lot to my yoga students is meet your body where it's at. And I know that's difficult and sometimes because when we think back to where our body was, even, you know, if you have that sense or memory of what it felt like to do a cartwheel, that amazing. But the body's probably, well, some of you would do cartwheels, but some of you wouldn't be ready to do that anymore. But you remember that feeling. So you can always visualize doing cartwheels because your body doesn't actually know the difference. So remember what it feels like to do that, or a somersault or a handstand or whatever those things are. And I'm not saying those things are not available to you anymore either. That they're certainly things that you can work towards and build strength towards. So your task now, when you finish this video, is to find a piece of music. And this needs to be a piece of music that you love dancing to. You're going to find a spot where you can absolutely just dance. Well, I'm not going to say dance because some people will be like, ooh, move your body. So I'm going to give you some cues, some things that you can do. All right. So you turn the piece of music on, have a bit of space around you, and then don't feel like you need to do anything. Just allow your body to move with whatever beat it is and notice how you feel. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And then take the movement into the places in your body where you want to create more space. So if you notice, like today, I've noticed my lower back is a little bit tight. I'm going to move in ways that create some space into those places. And don't think you need to look particularly graceful. It doesn't need to look like anything. It needs to be releasing. It needs to be fun. It needs to be free. It needs to be you. So that's your challenge today. And oh my God, like triple 100 bonus points if you uploaded a little bit and you filmed yourself. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be scary? Wouldn't that be taking a step? So I'll put that challenge out there. And don't forget, I have an amazing prize for the person who contributes and stays on the challenge every day, commenting. Help each other. Read what other women have written in the comments and help each other and share where you're at with things, because it is unlocking for another person to hear sometimes another person's process. So that's it for today. Today is about moving. So you're going to get out your music, you're going to dance, you're going to shake it out, you can clap, you can scream if you want, you can stamp, you can roll on the floor, do whatever it is that you want. Allow your body to be the leader, okay? Allow your body to be the intuitive leader in you bringing your body into balance and you loving and cherishing your physical body. Mwah. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. Hi, Danny here, the Pajama Yogini. It is day 3 of our Cherish Challenge, and today is all about how to cherish your mind and cherish your thoughts. So I'm going to start with a quote. So your heart and your head are not always in agreement with each other. Sometimes your heart may powerfully desire something that your head knows is no good for you. At other times, your head may take over excessively, filling you with mental chatter and blocking out the voice of your heart. The trick is to balance your head and your heart as much as possible so that you hear both. Today, take a moment to ask yourself these two questions. What is my heart's desire right now? What is my mind telling me about this? And then see if you can join the wisdom of your mind and your heart, finding some sort of middle ground between what you desire and what you think you should or should not desire in order to gain perspective and to find balance. So I'd like you to take a moment. You might be sitting on a chair or you might be standing, and take one hand to your heart and one hand to the front of your forehead. I'm going to get under my fringe there today. So we're going to take a nice big deep breath in and out. Good. Coming firstly into the body, feel the feet connected to the earth. And out. Good. Opening and expanding at the heart. Letting go of any tension. Breathing into the hand on the front of the chest. Expanding. Noticing the rise and fall, bringing the breath deep into the body. Big deep breaths into the heart. Activating the heart. Good. And then bringing the awareness up through the throat, up into the forehead. And breathing into that hand on the forehead. You might want to grow a little taller. Good. And feel the heat in the hand. Keep breathing at the forehead. And then just taking that hand now and lifting it up, taking that mind chatter and moving it up. And release it up. Let it go. Good. Let's do that a couple of times. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to imagine around our heads is all this chatter, all these thoughts. And we're going to lift, brush it up. Let it all go. And then drop it down. Smooth it over like you have a massive, massive hairstyle. Yep, let it go. Shake it down into the earth. Good. Come back to the heart. Hands on the heart. Big breaths into the heart. Good. And let that go for a moment. Okay, just notice how you feel. You've just connected your feet to the earth. You've breathed deeply. And you've cleared off some of that mental chatter. Now, these are not things that maybe will work and last straight away, but these are little practices that you can do when you notice. So it's really important that you notice when your brain and your thoughts are driving the show. So cherishing your mind, and in all of these practices, we're not talking about, oh no, my mind is really bad, and creating this oppositional pull. That's not what yoga is about. We're talking about cherishing. Your mind and your subconscious thoughts and your conscious thoughts have, up until now, if you're watching this video, have kept you safe. So they've kept you safe through childhood. That little voice that you have in your head of, oh no, don't do that, or that's not for you, you don't have the skills to do that, or whatever it is, okay, that is a thought that has kept you safe. Is it useful in this where you are right now? Probably not. So becoming aware of those thoughts. And I can't remember exactly the the percentage, but I think it's over 90% of our thoughts are recycled over and over and over again from one day to the next. So becoming aware of your thoughts, and that's one of the journal questions. Are you entertaining the same thoughts each day? And what are they? So how can you change this? You're saying, well, how do I do that? So first of all, we've got to become aware of what they are. Then we need to be conscious of what they are, what thoughts are running the show, and then we have to reprogram in some new ones. We have to allow our body, our mind, our soul, our energy to be able to take in new thoughts. So it's up to you. You get to program in whatever thoughts you want. Some people will call these affirmations. I don't know. When I hear affirmations, I get a bit, like freak out. I don't know why. But when you join words and you join movement together, it becomes very, very powerful. So I'd like to share this practice with you. So let's join our feet to the earth and just pop your shoulder blades into pockets along your back. Feel that beautiful heart open as you've had it open. Good. And we're just going to take the knees off lock a little bit. We're going to breathe in and we're going to gather up that beautiful, quiet energy from the earth up into the heart. We're going to breathe it up to the heart. And then we're going to bend our knees and we're going to breathe out. Good. We're going to breathe in to the heart, and then we're going to press our hands away up past our head, up gently up to the sky. Now, as you get to here, try not to I'm going to do this really hard and push your hands up. Try and keep the tension out of the shoulders, gently moving your body with kindness. And then we're going to breathe in, come back to the heart. We're going to breathe out. Good. We're going to breathe in, gather up, and then bend the knees down to the earth. Good. So you can think about, I gather up a quality from the earth. So this could be anything you want. I gather up stillness into my heart. I open my heart with loving kindness. I receive loving kindness. I clear my mind and offer it up to my highest wisdom, letting it go of thoughts that no longer serve me. I draw down wisdom into my heart. I share it with the world. I receive love from the world, and I ground myself in my strength. And again, drawing up the quality that you wish up into the heart. I draw centeredness, strength, love, patience, and I give loving kindness out into the world. I receive loving kindness into my heart, and I let go of thoughts that no longer serve me, release them to my higher self. I draw down transformed thoughts, higher wisdom into my heart. I share it back with the world. I receive back beauty and grace into my heart, and I release and connect with the earth and my truest wisdom. And then coming to stillness. Take a nice big deep breath in and place your hands on your heart again. Allow the corners of your mouth to curl up and communicate to your brain what a wonderful human being you are, what a wonderful day it is, and that your mind and your thoughts are just one part. Gee, I will give you an affirmation. Okay, I love this one. You are more than your thoughts. You are more than your body. And you are more than your emotions. I am. I am more than my thoughts. I'm more than my physical body. And I'm more than my emotions. I am. And release. So that brings us to the end of our physical practice today. I hope that gives you some strategies to start thinking about what's running the show. And I encourage you to now go and grab a journal and to write everything out that you can. So I want you to see if you can do a brain dump of everything, automatic writing. So grab a piece of paper, doesn't even have to be your journal, write and write and write and write as much as you can and let it all out, all the things you're worried about, all the things that are going over and over and over and over again. Let it all out, and then you can rip it up. You could burn it, you could do whatever you want, but just allow your body, allow your mind to let all of that clutter out, and then go and answer the journal questions and spend some time just being still. So with much love and gratitude, have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Danny here, the Pajama Yogini. It is day 4 of the Cherish Challenge. How have you been going? I would love to hear how some of the little challenges have been going, whether some of you have been able to create some spaces that are sacred and welcoming to you as part of the challenge. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Kyla. As part of the challenge today, I did my own little space as well, and I am just reveling in just the little corner of my bedroom being like my sacred space. So I too am enjoying the challenges. It was so amazing, Kyla, to see your video uploaded of you dancing away there, and just perfect in the whatever happens, happens, and that's what we have to go with, the flow of the dog coming in and all of those things. And I'm sure people with kids can relate, that we have to let go of this sense of perfect, and the sitting on the mountaintop meditating is, you know, that's a fantastic experience, and you know, one that it would amazing to create. But in our everyday life, that's the real thing. That is, we are in families, we're in houses with other people, we're in environments where we have to use our skills to meet what is right in the present moment. So yay to you guys. So day 4 of the challenge is about cherishing your spirit and cherishing the part of you that is not physical, that's not emotional, that is not mental. This is the place that is the eternal part of you, the place that I believe that goes on past your body. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about what lights you up, and what, I'm not going to say what is your soul's calling, but what is it that comes easily to you? What is it that you lose time in doing? Getting you to think about some of those things and reminding yourself about that. I heard a beautiful conversation today with a beautiful yogi. I must find her name. And she was talking about how it's not about finding your calling and doing that, like finding yourself, because in that people lose themselves. It's about doing whatever it is that you do in this world, which is so vast and different, and doing it with love. Whatever you do, it really doesn't matter what you do. It matters how you do it. And I thought, oh, that is so, 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 so true. So many of us, and I know I would admit to being caught up in that sometimes, of that, oh, I've got to do what it is that I'm here on this earth to do. Well, first and foremost, I'm here to love, and I'm here, and the people that are around me, I'm here to do that. And that's soul nourishing, that's soul work, that's real yogic work. So on that, today, because it is, I thought with it is Anzac Day here today, that some of you may have gone to dawn services or had a quiet moment, or maybe you will spend the day with your families or by yourself, whatever it is. But there's a beautiful practice in yogic philosophy called Tratak or Trataka meditation, which is candle gazing. And, or actually, you don't have to have a candle, you could actually focus on anything. So it might be a leaf, it might be a flower, it might, anything that you can find that you can bring your attention to. So if you don't have a candle, which I didn't tell you to get one, so I can't imagine you got one too close by, but you could run off and grab one if you wanted to, or you could do it later. Or find something that you could focus on. And it might be something just like a ring, or an image if you've got cards close by, or a crystal. Could be anything, yeah? Today, I guess my intention, because we're talking about the light within, is to focus on the light of the candle. So you could focus on looking at this one if you wanted. So I'm going to invite you to come to a really comfortable posture. So if you're sitting, however you like to meditate or relax, so you might like to, however it is for you. I don't like telling people how to do it, especially if your back is niggly or those types of things. So if you want, you can sit up, you can use my candle, gaze at this candle, and take some nice deep breaths and start just to center yourself. And bringing yourself just back into the body. Another deep breath in through the nose and out. Settling in. You're joining us now and you have a moment, just come to some stillness. You may like to focus on the light of the candle. And if you can, if you're using the candle, just gently looking at the flame, staring into the flame. And just being aware of the breath coming into the body. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and out for 4. Just getting that rhythm happening. And then each time you breathe out, feeling yourself soften, feeling the muscles around the bones softening. Keeping the vision on the light of the candle or your object. And then see with your breathing in if you can extend the out breath to make it longer, maybe 5 or 6 counts. So breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathing out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and again breathing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just letting your breath return to normal. And just keeping the vision on to that place. And with that light, maybe you can imagine a candle. The light of the candle, allow that to reflect back the light inside of you. The light that emanates from the inside of you, your soul. Allow that to be reflected and recognized by the flame. Be aware of the body encompassing the spirit, and also that spirit moving past the walls of the physical body. And with a gaze that is soft, and I'll just invite you to gently close your eyes for a moment now. And placing your hands onto your heart. And taking a deep breath into those hands. Feeling the light into the heart. And then when you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open and coming back to here and now. Wonderful. How was that? I'd be interested to see whether you could connect with the candle through the camera, or maybe you would like to try that at home with your own flame. It reminds me of when you sit around a fire and you stare into the fire, a bonfire, or it's such a magical experience. I think there's so many things that we do that are like digital these days. It's such a natural, elemental connection to ourselves and to our spirit. I think anyone who's, you know, if you've been away camping and you've spent time around the fire, it's just such a beautiful time. You come back feeling refreshed, don't you? Like the spirits had a big hug. So that's it for today, Tratak. I hope you've had a moment to maybe look at the questions. You're welcome, Kyla. Looking at that journaling, thinking about, because this is the self-care challenge. This is about you working out what things light you up. And for those people who maybe didn't make today on the live, it's really not about that. It's about you doing this at the pace that works for you. And you can catch up anytime. So don't feel like if you missed one or two that there's something wrong with you. People are so hard on themselves, sending me messages, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't get to that one. It's really not about that. This is about self-love. So it is designed not to cause you more stress. It's designed to fill you up. So please be gentle on yourselves. There's no timeline that you have to do it. I'm so looking forward to our last day tomorrow, and I've got some beautiful announcement and offering for those people who are here. and have been participating in the challenge. So I'm off to go and sort that out and finish it all up and wrap it all up. So have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day to reflect on our light and our spirit. And I wish you a wonderful day. Bye. Good morning. Danny here, Pajama Yogini. We'll wait for a few of you to jump on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you ready for the final day of the Cherish Challenge? It's just been an amazing journey over the last couple of days, exploring different types of ways into how to cherish yourself, creating our own spaces, looking at our minds and how our minds have maybe contributed or not helped too much. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? We've created our spaces. We've looked at our connection with our body. And today's theme is all about rhythm. It's all about rhythm. But make sure you stay right to the end because I've got so many amazing things to share with you. We've got our prize to give away, and we also have an amazing announcement that I've got that I have been, you might even see I've probably got bags under my eyes, to release today to you guys. Here, special offer. So I'm really excited about that. Good morning, Steph. How are you? We didn't have yoga this morning. Hi, Julie. Wonderful to have you here. That's awesome. Great. So this is our final day together, traveling together, and we're talking about rhythm. And we're talking today and exploring the idea around what it is to be in rhythm with ourselves, so with our cycles. So this is not something that's really taught to us, and it's not something that I think it's starting to become more of a spoken about topic. But for women, it's really important that we start to click into that. Oh, there we go. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning. So before my internet dropped out a little, we were talking about women are being cyclical beings. Even if you don't have a cycle anymore, you are still connected to the moon. So if you don't have a cycle anymore, you can think about where the moon is at and how that relates to you. So obviously when maybe not obviously, but when we have a full moon, we're looking at coming into fullness. We're looking at what is it that we are releasing and coming to that. The moon is really close to us. So like the moon has that gravitational pull on water, we have water within our body. We're made up of water. So that has a real effect on us as well. And then when the moon is waning and moving away, how does that affect us? When we are still cycling, where we're at with our cycles. So being more gentle to ourselves when we're coming into that menstrual cycle as our hormones are changing, and thinking about how we can look after ourselves with nourishing foods, allowing rest to happen so that we can go through the process of what we need to go through. And then also recognizing that after that time, we come into get like a bit more energy and get like a fueling for our body where we feel like, oh, I've got my energy back, and you're sort of like unstoppable and creative and all those things. So just allowing yourself to be in flow of the different rhythms. And it is a connection to nature as well, which, it's a different headset. In the world that we live on a time, timelines, due dates. These things need to be done. They're very sort of in the masculine. But so many women are finding that they're having issues. We're having issues with our bodies, with our hormones, with our stress levels. And it's time to start returning back to those connected ways of being with nature, with the planet, with listening to our own rhythm within our own bodies, and not having to sort of push through. Obviously, we have times where we have to get things done, and I'm not saying that, but it's being aware of when is it time to rest? When can I just pop that on the back burner and get back to that? And once you start working in that rhythm, you'll find that you actually get more done because you're properly resting, and then you're coming out of rest with some energy and ready to go. So working with your natural rhythm is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Can you guys send me some hearts if you can hear me okay and everything's going okay? Just send me some love. It looks like, okay, I don't know. Hopefully all is well. Okay, so what we're going to do today is an adapted version of a moon sequence. You can do this anytime around the moon. And then after that, I'm going to announce the winner of the prize for the Cherish Challenge. And then I'm going to release my secret beast that I've been working on. But anyway, if you have got a little spot that you can come to, a little place, let's just begin by doing some shaking, coming into our body. The legs a little shake away. Notice how everything's kind of feeling. Really roll the shoulders. And then take the feet apart. And we're just going to we'll warm up the back. So leading with the hips, just letting the arms lead, flop from front to back. Good. That's excellent. Yep. Good. And then just move those hips around a little bit just to warm up that lower back. There's a little bit of twisting that we're going to do. So we just want to make sure knees are nice and soft. Working with the hips. Good. And back the other way. Awesome. Good. If you can hold on to something or lifting up one leg towards, you can make some circles. Those ankles, good. And the other one, find the steadiness and lift. Ooh, find the steadiness. Good, shoulders back, core switched on. Draw the belly towards the spine. Make some circles. Great. And give that a little shuggle around. Okay, so come back. If you're standing on a yoga mat, you sort of come to the back of the mat and place your feet in Tadasana, which are just underneath your hips. Bring your hands to your heart center. Good. And then bring your fingertips forward. And you're going to step forward on your right leg and take a step forward and bring the hands forward and open. Good. Opening the hands. Keep the elbows a little bit bent, relax, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Now you can see my back foot here. You can turn those toes out just a little bit if you need. Good. Okay. Turn the palms facing up. Bring the hands up above the head and slicing down the center. Good. Opening the hands. Nice. Take your right arm, so the same arm as leg, to the front leg. And you're going to place your forearm on the top of there and allow your rib cage to open and looking up. Good. Activate your abdominals and come back to the center. A little bit of balance required here. Good. This time we're going to twist towards the front leg. So we're going to take that front arm and we're going to allow our rib cage to open. Just make sure there's no pain in that neck or that shoulder. That front glute is working really hard. And then come back to the center. Palms facing up. Good. And down the center. Good. And then coming back and bring the hands together. Good. All right. And then we're going to go the other side. So bring our hands back to our heart center, and we're going to step forward on the left. Good. Fingers forward. Extend the arms. Opening the arms. Wonderful. Good. This time we're going to take the left arm to the top of the leg. Or if you really want to go harder, you can take that hand down to the floor or on a block. But for this purpose, beautiful to there. And opening, flow to the other side. Hand, opening. Good. Turn the palms up. Slicing down the center. And then draw in your hands into your heart. Good. Bring the back leg in. And bring the hands to the center. And we're just gently going to fold over. So slide the hands down the legs, and you may keep your knees like nice and soft as you fold over. If you don't want to go too far, just hold your hands on the top. Let your head come down if you wish. If you want to do that full forward fold, just let everything fold over and take a nice little sway from side to side there. You can relax the back of your neck. That's it. Give the top of the head a little shake. Good. And then from that spot there, rolling up, chin to the chest. Keep the knees soft. Rolling up. Take the hands up, lifting up. And coming back to the center. Good, and release your hands down. Good. All right. And then just to shake that off, we're going to make some figure eights with our body, coming into rhythm. This is a really lovely one to do. You can use your hips, making figure eights with the hands, working into the shoulders. Good. Lovely. Come into the breath. Good. Just get that body moving. This would be nice to do with some music. Let's get the figure eights. And this is a great exercise to sort of move into places that may be a little bit stuck. Great. And here we are. Just notice how you feel. Got the blood moving through the body a little. It's starting to feel a little bit more refreshed and ready to go. So there we go. Fantastic. All right. We're going to move over here and move into the second part of today as we finish up this magical journey. Hopefully it was magical for you. It was magical for me of these 5 days. So congratulations to you for coming on this journey and doing the 5 days of different practices and committing to yourself, because it is life is busy, and making that commitment is just super, super special for yourself. So well done. And if you're still catching up on different ones, please know that that is totally fine as well, and finish those in your own time. So, special announcement for the winner. The winner of the Cherish Challenge is Kyla Young, who uploaded a fantastic video of herself dancing. I think that just took huge amounts of courage. She's contributed in the group, and she's been watching every video. So, Kyla, I'll get in contact with you. You are the winner. Great. So, here it is. Here is the big announcement. It is ready. It is ready to fly, and you guys are the first to know about it. We are going on retreat in Bali. I've been talking about it. I've been dropping hints. I've been working so hard in the background to get this up and running. So it is live now on my website, and the early bird price is available to you now. So it's 20% off for a short amount of time. We are going for, it's 4 days. It's basically Tuesday to Saturday, the 30th of September to the 4th of October. This is going to be a life-changing retreat. And I don't say that lightly. I'm saying this because the way that it has been designed is to create the most beautiful space and container for women. It will be a small group of women to give them space to just take a breath, to unravel, to experience some peace in a space where other women are doing the same thing. When you come to yoga, you get 1 hour. Can you imagine how you're going to feel after 4 days in the most beautiful, serene villa? So it is a completely self-contained villa. So it has 6 rooms. If you are interested, you need to jump onto the website and register your interest and secure the room with the deposit. There are 2 prices. So there is, if you want to have an experience by yourself and you don't want to share a room, there's a price for that. So if everyone decided that, there would only be 6 or 7 women on the retreat. If you were going to share a room, then obviously it would look a whole lot different. We would be double. So some women might want to share the room. Some people might want to have that experience by themselves. So there are only 6 rooms, and these rooms are luxury, beautiful, beautiful rooms. There's a yoga shala, a beautiful yoga area, a rose quartz spiral. All of the food is going to be nutritious. It's going to be served to us there in the villa with a chef. There's an amazing pool. It is just going to be divine. So if this speaks to your soul, please jump on this today, because because I've been yapping on about it and it's taken me time to get it up on the website. It is on the website now. You can have a look at all the rooms. You can see the pricing, but that early bird pricing is 20% off the cost, the normal cost. So if you want a particular room you need to jump on, you want to share with a friend, ring them up, get onto them today and say, we are going on retreat in October, let's go. My baby, was my big one. I am so excited to share it with you guys. I cannot wait to have you all in Bali, to be all together, sitting around a table, eating food, doing yoga, going out dancing. Well, not going out dancing, but we've got a dinner booked. Everything is paid for. I have thought of everything. I have included everything. The only thing that's not included is your flights. So you don't have to think about anything. Once you get there, you can just come along for the ride. It will not be jam-packed full of stuff. There'll be time to relax. There'll be time to, chat, engage, swim, sleep, read, and just to take some time, because when we take the time to have space, we can really hear what our next steps are. And in our busy lives, sometimes that takes, that's really difficult. So for your teacher friends, it is in school holidays. So it is great for teachers and for mums. So no guys allowed, just the ladies on this one. So anyway, if you jump onto my website, so www.dannycaputo.com, if you go up on the top, across the top, you'll see retreats, Bali, and click on that. It is all there. There's a registration form. You need to jump on there and get on that straight away. There's 6 rooms. I know this is just going to fly. So can't wait to chat to you about it. Please, if you have any questions, get in contact. Thank you so much to all of you who have made it through the Cherish Challenge. You have done amazing. Next week we'll have the Monday reading on Monday. Cheltenham goes back on Monday night, so I'll see some of you in class on Monday night. And please enjoy your weekend. Congratulations, Kyla, you are the winner, and I will be in contact with you soon. So much love to you all. Have an amazing time. Get on there. Tell me which room you're coming. Let's go. Let's go to Ubud. Let's unravel and just have the most amazing time. I have put my heart and soul in this. Can't wait to share it with you. Okay. See you then. Bye.